D will be in the same weird building, and I am so here for it. I'm Jim Rome.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
There is no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks. Just pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup to play. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use my code ROME and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROME on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Well, hey there, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here. It is Sports Daily. Max Powers producing. He's got your hotline ready to go, 869-1240. We've got your video streams ready to go where we can monitor your comments there and get those over the air. Facebook, YouTube, X. Thanks, of course, also for watching us always on 12 News Connected. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app as well. Lots of different ways to get in touch with the program. We're here for you today to react to what you're seeing in the sports world. That includes last night, a big win by the Shockers. So we will discuss that. Wire to wire, never really close, exactly what we wanted to see sort of win from Wichita State. We'll have that for you. We'll get you ready for championship weekend in the NFL. We haven't really started talking about these games yet. So we'll get into that as well a little bit. Bill Self talked last night. TJ tuned into that, so we'll get the latest on what Bill Self is saying about his medical situation. We have it all for you. Plus, Tim Fitzgerald, our KState Insider, stops by the show today. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the Dub event venue at WBC Delano. Perfect for graduation parties, meetings, and reunions. Visit www.wichitabrew.com to begin your booking at the Dub event venue at WBC Delano, where groups gather. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Big win for the Shockers last night. People are starting to ask, are they back?
Are they back? Are they back to what would be my response to that? Are they back to...
Are they back to where they were when they beat UAB and they were 1-0? Because we're back above 500. That's where they are.
You know, it's so funny you say that. You told me this. I've been on this a little bit. Like, man, they haven't been above 500 in conference play in the Paul Mills era, but they did start 1-0 this year. So now, yes, they're back to that, which is a big deal for me. It's baby steps to get where we want to get them, and that's near the top of the AAC standings, as we talked about a long time yesterday. And this gets them there, gets them to 4 wins. Now they got a big opportunity this weekend at home against Memphis, a team that they're behind in the standings. It'll be on national television. Chance for this team to really show its chops a little bit. That's a big opportunity Saturday at 3:00 in front of probably not a lot of people, because we're getting a flipping snowstorm coming into town, which, my goodness, everybody. We'll get to the Shockers. We'll recap last night and look ahead. Can we talk about this storm for a minute?
You know how unfortunate the timing is. One, for high school sports, unfortunate it is for mid-season basketball tournaments to be going on during snowstorms. We've got teams in Dodge City. We've got teams like Garden Cities and Valley Center, right? Like, everybody's going to get stuck. Like, I don't know what they're going to do about it. Like, it's insane how bad it's going to get. And then in the college basketball world, how unfortunate is it that the 2 games that we have in the state of Kansas are the Sunflower Showdown and Wichita State Memphis, which are 2 of the biggest conference games that we'll have the entire year. And now, I mean, there might be 1,000 fans. Like, who's going to get out and go to that? I don't.
Safely, right?
Exactly.
I mean, if you can, give yourself the extra time. I always say just drive slow. You'll get where you're going, but it's still a mess. Where are you going to park? Like clearing parking lots? How are you going to get in there? Like it's just whether you can get around in it or not. I've never been the believer in, unless it's like ice, like just straight ice, just go slow, right? Just go slow, give yourself extra time if you've got to get somewhere, but be aware of it. It's not going to be awesome. It's not going to be awesome at all. It's not fun for those of us who, you know, are heavily invested in selling iced tea on a Saturday either. It's a nightmare. It's all the logistics of it. You work in the news business and you're just like, okay, this is a big deal. We've got to everybody's got to adjust their schedules. Everybody's got to do everything. Like, no matter who it is, like, this isn't fun for anybody. We don't live on a, I just got done skiing. Like, that's the only people who like this stuff. The rest of us, for those of you who just wish these kinds of things into existence, you got to go stand outside with no gloves for 30 minutes and just sit there as punishment for what's coming, for wishing that this would come, because it's going to be a real pain in the ass. And now we got to deal with it.
I'm a big snow guy, and I appreciate. If it's gonna be cold outside, I want it to snow, but I don't want the 3-inch sheet of ice that we're about to get on the roads.
No, I don't think we're gonna get that this time. It'll be
well,
too
it's gonna
cold.
freeze.
It'll be too cold. It'll be too cold. It'll be dry. Really dry snow. The problem is there's gonna be so much of it. But like last year when we got the 2 inches of ice followed by snow that sat on the ground for, I don't know, what was it, a month? This isn't going to be that. It's just going to be a lot of this snow that we'll have to deal with. But I do think plowing and all of those things will come a little easier because, I mean, the bottom, it's just brutally cold. There isn't a chance for the snow to ever get wet, which I suppose is a little bit of silver lining, but also it's going to be brutally cold. Like, I got 3 kids and I'm like, hey guys, they think it might snow anywhere from 9 to 12 inches. And they're all fired up. And I'm like, but the problem is it's like 20 below zero. You can't go play in it for a while. They're just like, wait, what?
You get a minute and a half. Let's go back inside.
In and out. Somebody's got to let the dog's going to want to go fire and rifle through that snow, and then she won't be able to climb back up the stairs when she's done.
We keep talking about the puppy on the show. I mean, the puppy's going to get buried in the snow. I don't think the puppy's a foot tall.
Nah, he'll love it. The dogs love the snow, but you got to, ours, who's 13 years old, you got to protect her from herself sometimes. She loves to go just barreling through the snow, and then she can't walk for a little bit because her legs are so cold. No, I don't have time for it. That's the bottom line at this stage in life. I just don't have time for it. It affects everything. It affects everything now. It's like, oh, good. Now we have to adjust everything. And yeah, oh, by the way, we got 2 big basketball games, and it's going to be really hard for anybody to get to them. So I guess we can watch them on TV, national television for both. That's a good sign. That's a good development. Bundle up if you can't. Look, I'm a little jealous of everyone who's just like, all right, well, I'm just not coming out of the house for a couple days. Then
I talk about this all the time, and with rain too. But even with snow, like growing up as a baseball player, like in college especially, it's like, oh, it snowed outside. Let's go. We get the day off. That's awesome. Now it's like, oh, like you still have to go to work. Like you still have to do the responsibilities. Like,
yeah,
that's not as fun.
I laugh every time there's like college and they close college for cold. And I'm like, wait, what did they do? Like, it doesn't stop getting cold. Shouldn't we be preparing the next generation of the workforce to like deal with it?
I wonder, this is kind of off topic a little bit, but I remember, I don't know if they still do this or not, but I was in college during COVID, so we did Zoom class, and we were the first Zoom class people. And then we came back in, 2020, 2021, that next academic year, and the first snow hit in December, and they're like, all right, classes are canceled. We're going to do virtual. We're on Zoom tomorrow. We're like, whoa. If it's snowing, we don't have class. That's not how this works. And we're like, we just got snow days ruined for the rest of our lives. That sucks. Yeah, so I wonder if they change that or not.
This isn't fun anymore. But bundle up. We'll get some new numbers. Today's kind of the day throughout the day later today that you'll get the ones that matter. People always want, how much is it going to snow? And they want to know like 6 days before the storm. And I'm like, guys, you're just wasting your time. Like, it's got to be like 24 hours out. But these winter storms, every time today's the day you'll get the best information. Storm Team 12, by the way, which you hear here on KFH and see on 12 News, will have you covered. Text in for your shot at the ultimate big game party setup. One winner scores Hog Wild Barbecue for 10 and a 65-inch Samsung 4K TV provided by Hefner TV. Text GAME to the number 20357 for your chance to win. And message and data rates apply. Good luck, everybody. First day for that. We're coming back. Let's talk Shockers when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland. Glad to be here with you on a Tuesday. Thanks to Purified Coffee for keeping us fueled up. At least we didn't have to stay up super late last night. That 6:30 tip felt pretty good. It felt pretty good to get a game over with by 8:30. And, after the 8 o'clock K-State tip combined with the 10 o'clock KU tip the night before, we're energized here this morning. The Shockers, huge winners, 77-60. It was never close. It really wasn't even a 16-point game. East Carolina got a couple buckets as time was expiring. It was more like a 20-point margin. It felt like the entire way. And the Shockers, more than anything, TJ, these things that stand out to me, because I want to see the floor come up too, are giving up 60 points to a bad team. Like that's you gotta do that kind of thing. They did that against Rice. The defense was good and they didn't score enough. But I think the frequency of the defense is important for this team. And the offense was there too, of course, last night. They shot it pretty well. Not a great three-point shooting night. The volume of threes was very high. Not sure why that was, but everything else went. They shot the free throws well. They scored plenty, obviously. Kenyon Giles had a big game. Now 2 in a row, I suppose, after the slower performance in that last loss. So it's fine. That's what they should do against East Carolina. I mean, you should beat East Carolina by 16 points at home.
Yeah. Snaps a 3-game losing streak against East Carolina. You remember the last time they played? The last time they played, buzzer beater 3 to win it by RJ Felton's son.
God, that
or Raymond
like
Felton's son, RJ.
4 years ago.
I know. I remember. I was in the stands for that game. That was nuts. Yeah. I mean, this feels like the Shocker basketball, what they should be doing. This is the brand that they've made themselves be early on in the year. That Kenyon Giles shot 15 3-pointers. That's that maybe it has to be what happens. I know we talked about yesterday, and it's or one day, and it's the same thing with PJ Haggerty. Is that like if you want to find success, like Giles has to get to 16, 17 points. And then after that, what's the rest of and last night, it was just 10 more points from Giles. Like K-State won the other night. Haggerty's going to give you 20. What's it going to take? Haggerty had to give you 14 more, basically. Like sometimes it's going to be that. Sometimes it'll have to be Mike Gray's going to put in 15, 16 points, something like that. And so, it turned out that they're playing a team that they were heavy favorites last night. And I don't think it really mattered all that much. But to see them, it just raises my eyebrows more to that Florida Atlantic game of what they did to Giles that nobody else has been able to do. Like Giles had 2 points and he only shot the ball 5 times or 4 or 5 times. Like they didn't even let him touch the basketball. And I don't know. I guess I don't know if that's Wichita State adjusting back to make sure that doesn't happen, or why isn't it any other teams trying to do what Florida Atlantic did because it worked so well. I don't know.
Well, I hope that the Shockers aren't as dependent on Giles as the Cats are on Haggerty. I don't think that they are.
I don't think they are either.
But he is an electric player too. Like that's not something. It's not taking anything away from Haggard. I mean, from Giles. Like I think he is and can be that. But the Shockers are better than that. Like they don't. It doesn't have to be. Giles, I don't know, shooting it. He shot 19 times last night, but you'll take it because he was shooting well, right? On nights that he's not shooting well, I don't want to see him shoot it 19 times. Like
I guess that's what we've taken this conversation back to every time there is struggles is that what can you get out, whenever that happens, whenever they have the cold night, like is the team, able to adjust? Is it going to be a Manuel Okorafor game or a Will Berg game or, do they, we've talked, it was a joke early on in the season about their identity and their 3-point shooting, but and they kind of went away from it but I think that's what it is again. Like, I think that they're a team that's going to shoot a lot of threes. They're going to get to 30 every time. Unless they can't hit anything. And if they can't hit anything, where do they go?
I'm going to have to look at 33s game again. How many did they take against South Florida? Let me pull that up. 30's too many. I think 30's too many. They had 23 against South Florida. Where's another good game? Let's go to North Texas. 10. No, sorry, that was North Texas. My bad. 11. Big 11. I don't think they have to do that. I don't think they're like Giles is a great shooter, Gray can be, but like that's it. Like they don't collectively. Giles takes 20 of them.
I guess those numbers are skewed because Giles usually doesn't shoot 15 threes in a game. Usually it's more around a 10 range.
To me, it's a better team getting like I'm okay with the offense starting with Giles, right? Like kind of a heat check. Like if it starts there, okay. Like I'm good with that. But I think they're better off starting inside if possible, right? You start down there, see what you can get. This is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, by the way. I think they're top 5. So start down there and try to get the easy ones and then work it out. And then if they can get a guy like TJ Williams healthy or, they've got some guys that can attack the basket. DePaul game notwithstanding, this is a good free throw shooting team. So I think they're better off trying to get the easy ones. And if they need to heat check Giles on a game like last night, that's great. That's icing on the cake. But they better be able to win the games when he's not going like that, or you just can't do that.
That's my biggest point here is that, what happens if Memphis comes in on Saturday and they find a way to just vacuum up Giles? Like, can you go win that basketball game? And I think that's the biggest question surrounding the team right now. And again, it's not a PJ Haggerty situation. If somebody did that to PJ Haggerty, there's no way K-State's winning that.
No chance, right?
Wichita State, they can. We just need to see it, I think.
We look at let's look at Giles's point totals this year where it's been low. Florida Atlantic low 2 points, Rice low 13 points, Eastern Kentucky 9. So there is a trend there, right? The games where he's not an elite scorer, they've had a harder time winning. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. Like that's the games where he goes off, they win them. So what can they do now? I guess maybe that's the next evolution of the team. Giles is not like Giles needs to shoot, right? He's not going to create the bucket. He's got to shoot and he's got to make a lot of, threes probably. It's a big part of what they have to do, but how do they then, to your point, win a game where he maybe scores 12 points? Who is the next option? Who is the guy that can pick it up? I would say, there was a point in the season we thought it would be TJ Williams.
I know.
And he's been hurt and he hadn't really gotten back to that level. But if you can get it going with the core of 4 and Berg, maybe you start there. Like there have been games where those two guys have looked really good, but it's not been consistent. It's really not been consistent with anybody. But it's going to need to be. I worry about 5 of Giles firing it up that much because you get too dependent on it. But look, they beat East Carolina 17 by 17 points. You can work on a few things too. They're too good a rebounding team though to be so dependent on a shooter shooting and being hot. And I don't want to see it this week. I don't want to see it against Memphis. I'd rather Giles just be really hot against Memphis. But the next time they play, UTSA or one of those teams, what does that look like? Who's the next man up? Who's the next big? So we'll ask Paul Mills that on Monday. Like, who does he see as the next most confident offensive player?
I think that answer's changed 3 times probably. It was Mike Gray to start the year for sure. Yeah. And then it was like, TJ Williams is going to be legit. And then again, he kind of gets hurt and now he's come back and he's, not as effective as he was. He's coming off the bench. Will Berg had a, share on the table for a game or two there where it's like, they're going to be really good inside. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think it's going to change again probably if we try to throw a stab at it.
I think TJ Williams would be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because his scoring isn't relying on shooting.
Yep.
He by the way, big rebounding night for him. Like he's getting back. It's just taking some time. But either way, it's a big win. You got Memphis coming up this weekend. I don't know how much you've watched of Memphis. I think I've seen them once. It's not going to be like Memphis normally is. They don't have that star-studded, stole the rest of the conference's good players roster this year. But they have won conference games. And let me just pull up KenPom.
They're like 92, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're far away from Wichita State.
They're not far off at all. I think
they're 97 right now.
Yeah, like South Florida's ranked higher than them.
They're a really good defensive team and a not very good offensive team so far this year. Wichita State's kind of, average in both. And they're 2 spots. Wichita State 2 spots below Memphis. So they'll probably be favored. The Shockers will probably be favored this weekend. Memphis is 9-9 on the year, by the way. They're not a juggernaut this year. That's not the Memphis Tigers that we're used to, but it's still a team that you kind of got to go through if you're going to get up to the top of the standings. So that's a fun game. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
KenPom had Wichita State favored. I will be interested to see if the betting lines follow, because Wichita State has, beaten Memphis twice in the last 6 years or something like that. It's just kind of the public will be all over Memphis if anybody knows anything about the American Conference or anything like that. Jackson brought up the good point on Monday, whenever you weren't here, Jacob, that I said something about. I was like, the Shockers, like, they're always in games with Memphis. Like, it's never like they always play up to their competition whenever Memphis comes. Even if they're the number 10 team in the country, all this stuff, they always would play up to Memphis. And he's like, if I remember right, back in like 2024, didn't Memphis beat him by like 54 points? And I was like, oh, yeah. That was the Naquan Tomlin, Colby, or who else? Jaquan Walton and Naquan Tomlin were on that team. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that one. That was the homecoming game for them.
Yeah. But there have been other games where they did play them real. There have been,
They outside of that, I mean, every game has been single digits on the road or at home.
Did they get them last year?
Yeah, they got them at home. They were ranked, yeah.
That's what I thought.
And then they almost got him again in the tournament, and then Haggerty scored 42 points, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And there was some calls in that game that made me really
Haggerty.
mad,
Haggerty
right?
shot about like 31 free throws. Yes.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm so ready, and I know you are too. Like, I'm just so ready to be to the point where we are at the top, like where they're competing for a league title and those kinds of things. Like, I want this. Like, I just want this game this weekend to matter that much, right? To matter, like, this could help determine who wins this league. And we see it from this group. Like, this group to me is the closest to that of any of the Paul Mills teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see it with this group. Are they able to get over that? What are they able to keep getting better, to get more consistent? This team, it's not even tangible. Like, if I said, what's the biggest issue the Shockers face right now? The thing that we all know and would say isn't even really a tangible thing. It's like, it's what Taylor Eldridge wrote the article about, that some people quite like the luck thing, which Taylor's point was, it's not really luck. It's that they make poor decisions late in the game or whatever. Like, whatever that is that none of us can define, like, what is the thing where they get on a bad 8-minute stretch of basketball in every game? Like, how do you define that? Because if they could fix that, I think they might be the best team in this league.
Yeah. I mean, if I would make the argument that they have 3 losses so far, if you could just take out, I mean, I guarantee they gave up at least a 10-0 run in each of the games.
I mean, like, it's crazy.
If you can just limit that to a 5, like you score 5 points in that run, that's a different story.
And it's everyone, like, you basketball's game of runs. We get that. Everybody goes through runs. It's not so much that, it's just like, it's
the only thing that they do.
It's so consistent.
Yes, their games don't feature anything but runs, it feels like.
Yeah. And those bad ones, like, and it's usually too, like, with the bad one is a really, really good one where you're like, whoa, and you get both. And it's, the law of averages, which one powers through that specific day.
Yeah.
But man, it's so close. It's so close. Let me pull up I haven't done this yet. I'm going to pull up the AAC standings and see what everybody else did last night.
They are one of, there wasn't very many games last night, actually. They're now one of 6 teams with at least 4 wins.
Okay. So that moves them up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 7th. So that's where they were.
They didn't jump because of their winning percentage.
Right. It puts them ahead of some teams. Now they get Charlotte again. They've got the game against Memphis. They get Tulsa. They get Temple still. Like they've got a lot of opportunities with those teams ahead of them. But again, kind of sort of in the same light as the within a game, you can't get on the bad run. Now you can't go drop a bunch of conference games you're not supposed to drop. Like now go at least hold court at home. You're going to be favored in every game at home. Go win all the home games and see if you can't split them on the road and see where that gets you in the Americans. It's probably going to get you near the top, I would think.
This is one of the ones on Saturday that I was mentioning where it's like they are going to drop some silly ones and they're going to win some good ones and like cancel them out basically. And they're going to have the opportunity. And then there's probably, like 6 or 7 games left in the stretch that, are up for grabs. Like you can make the argument this is either an up for grabs game or this is a game that they could steal. And, these kind of games, if you can beat Memphis, especially if you can do it on the road whenever you go there, that can cancel out, the loss to Charlotte. I think that South Florida already canceled out the loss to Rice. Like that's the way that I have been picturing this is that for every loss.
I don't want any more cancel out.
I agree.
Just don't lose to Rice inexplicably.
I agree. But if you're going to do it in January, you've got a chance to do that. And that's where my mind goes to right now is that like, that's going to bury you in the standings if you just keep losing silly ones. So you have to just take care of them and win the wins that you maybe aren't supposed to win. And that's how you claw yourself back into this thing.
But listen,
I'm preaching to the choir. I know
there are not going to be games this year that they are not supposed to win.
I agree.
The rest of the way. Until they hit the postseason.
I know. They'll get the toughest game that they're going to play. I think the rest of the way is Florida Atlantic again, and that's in the Roundhouse. Like they might be underdogs in that game, but that's a game that I feel like is stealable or maybe up for grabs.
Yeah, Memphis, by the way, 1-5 on the road this year. So there you go. Like that, go get it. They're not a good road team. They're not the same Memphis. You'll probably be favored in the game if I had to guess. Just go beat Memphis. That's it. Just go beat Memphis. Go do the thing that we all know that they're capable of. Get it done. Great win last night against East Carolina for the Shockers. You heard it over on KUYN, and we'll hear from Paul Mills on Monday, assuming everybody can get out of their house, assuming Memphis can make it here in time.
Man, there's got to be something that's going to happen. I know they're like, I understand Memphis is probably going to be here on Friday, but like,
I think this one.
I saw something
for this one because of where we are. We're at least avoiding like some of the ice. You go further south of us.
I know
it's going to be a mess. It's going to be bad.
I believe his name is Rocco Miller. He does ESPN color commentating stuff or play-by-play, and he's an American Conference sicko. He posted. I mean, he's already like dug up like 30 Division I basketball games that have altered their schedule this weekend, and so.
Wow.
I imagine a lot of those are on the plus machine and don't have to deal with the TV ramifications. Yeah. But I don't know.
Shockers win it. Hopefully we see them Saturday from a nice, warm, cozy place. Would be nice because it's going to be nasty out there. We'll keep you attuned to the latest of what we see on that weather if we get an update from our people before we get off the air here. All right, we're coming right back. Let's talk a little football when we return. What do we think of championship weekend next?
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Go! Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Jake Ballbrock, TJ Cleveland. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Listen, if you can get in there, hit the simulator and look at the snow. We're going to be golfing anytime over the next probably, what are we looking at here? 7 to 10 days to clear this snow. It might be longer than that, as cold as it's going to be. But those simulators, there's 2 of them. They're fantastic right there at Crestview. So golfers, rejoice. You can still play golf even when there's snow on the ground. Give Crestview a call. They've got all kinds of different memberships, golf included, not included, all the social aspects. It's all there for you. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. We come back in. TJ, we haven't talked at all yet, and I know you and Jackson did, but about championship weekend this weekend. Are we excited about these 4 teams? Like, is this an exciting championship weekend? It's different. It's hard for me to look at it.
Are you excited about Jared Stidham?
No, I'm not. Like, it's and I make no apologies about that. The Broncos have all year long proven me wrong. That's been a fun thing to be wrong about. Even though I don't really like Denver, like, it is fun that they just continue to get there. But now they're facing pretty long odds without it's what is the line? 4.5, 5.5. It's not crazy how much, and honestly, it's probably like Stidham's not that far off of Bo Nix.
No, I think that may have changed it, maybe a point and a half.
Yeah. So, but the Patriots aren't wagons like that.
Yeah.
I don't think, but I'm still going to pick the Patriots.
I feel like the Patriots have just shown that they're. I guess I don't know. You can make the argument either way. You can make the AFC game is so interesting because it's either the Patriots, who you say haven't shown you enough stuff because they didn't really play anybody, or the Broncos.
They have now. I think they have now. I mean, this run through the playoffs has shown us plenty.
But it's just funny that was the argument you could make about them, and then you look at the Broncos, who have played people, but they just win games in such ways that you're like, are they good? And one of them's going to be in the Super Bowl.
The Patriots have done everything they're supposed to do and like been moderately impressive when they've done it, right? So you're like, okay, we just haven't really seen them do it against big time competition. Well, then they win 2 playoff games. You're like, all right, yeah, this all tracks, right? The Broncos just kept winning games where you're like, that feels a little fortunate. It's like the Chiefs were a couple of years ago, except the Chiefs a couple of years ago, you could just lean back into and say, but they got Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, and they've been here before, so just get them there and they'll be fine. And that is what, that was kind of the thing. It took them to a Super Bowl. But we knew as we were watching them, we're like, is that team really that good? I don't know that they are. I don't know that they're that good. And so that's kind of where it is with the Broncos. Like, you see the record, you see all the things, you're like, are they really that good? No, I don't think so. I don't think they are. And they keep winning. And they had a really impressive win against Buffalo, and now they're going to have to do it again. They're at home. It's a harder game to get excited for. And it's just history that it's doing that, right? There's not the juggernauts we've seen now for the last, 5-6 years. It's not these juggernaut quarterbacks that have dominated the league. Now, I will say we were real close to this quarterback class having 3 quarters of the championship weekend. And Jaden Daniels, the guy everybody kind of thought after last year was the best one, wasn't even in it.
Nope.
That class, man. And that's what I guess I wonder as much as anything with this championship weekend. Is this a signaling that we're seeing a changing of the guard? Especially in the AFC, right? Are we seeing a shift now away from the quarterbacks that we know? Over in the NFC, it's kind of old reliable, right? Matt Stafford.
Old Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold, old reliable.
Well, Sam Darnold for the last 2 years has been reliable, right? He's been one of the better quarterbacks in football. I'm having a hard time, as much as Seattle looks really, really good, and it's really not even that much to do with Darnold at this point. Their defense is elite. They can run the ball.
I mean, I'd say outside of
older quarterbacks there, I have to take the Rams, but I don't want to. I think the smart play is Seattle. I struggled with that one all week. Who's right?
Let me bring this up. I would say outside of like Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen, like there really isn't any traditional, old reliable quarterback in the playoffs this year. Was there any others? I mean, you could say Aaron Rodgers, but he was on the Steelers for a year.
Yeah, I mean Justin Herbert, I suppose, a little
Herbert
bit. But that was he was facing an impossible task with the offensive line that they had running out there. Trevor Lawrence, he'd been in the playoffs several times. They didn't advance. None of those players made it through.
I know. So now we're at the point where like it's just Stafford. Like none of the other guys are old reliable.
I kind of feel like Darnold's old reliable.
He was a backup 2 years ago. He's not old reliable.
I mean, he's not a new commodity to the NFL. He had a really good year last year.
You can make the argument that Sam Darnold has been relevant just as long as Drake May has been.
Oh no. Darnold has been
he was a big deal when he came in. Oh, yeah, but he wasn't a relevant quarterback in the NFL outside of being a top pick.
He started getting, was it Carolina? Let me pull. He started
Jets.
I'm trying to look at the number of games, but how about this? He's thrown for more than 2,000 yards 6 times in the NFL, right? He's been around for a long time. He's been around since 2018. He's like, we know what we're getting with Sam Darnold. It's not a new thing. Okay, here's what I was looking for. He played 13 games in 2018, 13 in 2019, 12 in 2020, 12 in 2021, 6 in 2022, 10 in 2023, and then he's played every game each of the last 2 years. Like, he's been a starter in this league every year since 2018. We know what, like, we've seen Sam Darnold for a long time. He's much better the last 2 years, but he had stretches as a starter where he was good. It just never lasted until last year. And then now this year, even though it kind of has faded a little bit this year, and now he's getting it back a little bit. Like, we know Sam Darnold. We've been looking at Sam Darnold forever, and he's been a starter in the league every year. Matt Stafford has been at a higher level, of course. Mm-hmm. He didn't start 10 games for San Francisco. He appeared in, I should have said. And then that second year in Carolina, he got hurt. Or he got benched. Did he get benched or get hurt in 2022? I know that's just impossible recall moment. Did he get benched or did he get hurt in 2022?
I don't think he was ever the starter. I think that was...
he started games. Yes, he did. In 22? He started games. I can't remember how many he started.
I thought, if I had the story right, him and Baker Mayfield were both backup quarterbacks in Carolina.
Right, they got starts. One of the years he got hurt in Carolina. I can't remember which was which. Either way, he played the full season in Minnesota. This is a silly thing. Who cares? Either he's a known commodity or he's not. He's just been around a while. I don't know that he's a part of the changing of the guard, which is maybe a good question about Seattle. Maybe he is. Maybe now all of a sudden Seattle is just there every year, and because he's there, he's their quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years. But are we excited about it? Are we excited about this championship weekend? It feels less buzzworthy. Maybe that's just because we're so accustomed to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think it feels less buzzworthy because it's not going on around the state of Kansas and that kind of thing. But everybody always talks about that. I wonder what NFL fans are saying, because I'm going to be a third party on this. I'm not going to. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, and I'm guilty of whenever it's baseball season. It's like, I'm so sick of watching the Dodgers in the freaking World Series, or whatever you want to say. I was so sick of watching, the Warriors go to the finals every year for a decade, that kind of thing. And so now it's just like, well, now you're getting what you're wanting. This is your Diamondbacks Rangers World Series. I wonder what people think of it.
Watch your mouth. Rangers.
Is this the Diamondbacks Rangers World Series? It feels like it is.
Most exciting team in the history. No, if it's Rams Patriots, no. I mean, you got Stafford and the Rams trying to get it to a second one. The Patriots, are they reborn? If it ended up being Seahawks Broncos, no matter what happens, we're getting a Super Bowl rematch here.
That's true. Did you see this?
No,
I haven't
Rams
talked to you
Broncos.
about this yet.
Rams Broncos would not be. I don't think they ever. That would be the one that's not.
I brought this up to Jackson on Monday. I don't know if you've seen this stat yet. No matter what matchup we get in the Super Bowl, the head coaches will either be Mike versus Mike, Mike versus Sean, or Sean versus Sean.
I didn't see that. I don't know if that's as good as what you sent me last night about how Bo
Nix has the shortest name in NFL history.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's better than that. But that's a pretty good one. What is it? Either Mike versus Mike, Mike versus Sean, or Sean versus Sean, no matter what happens?
Yeah, there's Mike Vrabel, Mike McDonald, Sean Payton, and Sean McVay. And so they're going to have to match up one way or another.
That's pretty good stuff. That's what we're here for.
We took a deep dive into probability of what's the percent chance that we get Mike versus Mike? What's the percent chance we get Sean versus Sean? It's like, you remember that class in college? Do you remember how you did the squares? I don't remember.
Nah, I clept out of math. I was done with math. I didn't have to get that deep into things like that. You took math classes in college? What was your?
Actually, I don't think I did. I think I just took college algebra in high school, and I don't think I took college math class.
I went in. I remember walking into a room, and before college ever started, and taking some tests, and they're like, "All right, you're good." And I never ever take a math class in college. I hated math until we got into the business world. I didn't really like math. No, that's not true. Until I became an adult. And math became like a functional thing for life. Like you need to know math just to be an adult. I never really liked it. Now I like it a lot.
I was a big fan of math. My mom was a math teacher, and so I was a big math guy. And I remember my geometry teacher was trying to tell me, he's like, you need to go be an actuary. I'm like, what is that? I don't know what an actuary.
What is an actuary?
It works. They work for insurance companies, and it's kind of like an appraiser a little bit, but there's a lot of math involved. I really don't understand it, but I just remember that all the time. Is that I was supposed to be an actuary?
No offense to any actuaries listening. That sounds horrible.
Well, if you like math, you do a lot of math.
Yeah, but come on, for the insurance company, like what?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a bank thing. I might be misquoting. It might be a bank thing, actually, now that I'm saying that out loud. If there's any actuaries, call into the hotline. And
that might be even worse. That might be even worse.
I got to Google it. We got to
tell everybody why they don't get to have any money. Man, getting loans is lame. That's a sidebar. Just be torn down. Like you're just like, can I have
an
some
actuary?
money?
An actuary is a person who compiles and analyzes stats to use them to calculate insurance risks and premiums.
You made a good choice. Yeah. No offense, actuaries. I mean, I mean that. Like, that sounds horrible. I don't think that would be fun to do. Even if you love it. Even if you love math. Like that seems like not a like, all right, let's go to work today. Let's go.
Dude, you're crunching spreadsheets. There's something to be said, man.
You're a spreadsheet guy too.
I love a good spreadsheet.
If I could show you, I want you to see something. If you're watching on the video stream, you're a spreadsheet guy. I am a write down on paper.
You are the
calculate
worst.
And crunch the look. I want you to look like every one of these.
Do you have the calculator with the receipts on it?
No, but every one of these notepads and booklets and binders is me hand crunching and note taking and writing numbers. And like, if I don't do, I can't do the spreadsheet thing. One, I don't think I'm smart enough to know the formulas. Write that bad boy down.
That's insane. You can lose that so fast.
Yeah. Right here, baby.
No way.
I can't do the spreadsheets. I can't endorse it. But I love them when I've got them. When somebody makes me one and I can just pop it right in there, it's pretty handy. That class was at like 6:30 in the morning in college. That wasn't my strong. I didn't go a lot. All right, we'll come back. I'll shock everybody. We'll come back. We'll talk more Sports Daily. We got another hour. Tim Fitzgerald in the next hour. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you here on a Thursday. Tim Fitzgerald will join us a little later this hour. We will get you to some other headlines, including this really weird story out of San Francisco. I don't know if people are aware of this. Plus, mostly this hour, TJ hitting on the Hawk Talk conversation of Bill Self and where things stand. It's all coming to you. What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, where you can drink Buffalo Sweat and help Buffalo right here in Kansas. In January and February at all 3 WBC locations. Portion of proceeds from every draft pint of Buffalo Sweat Oatmeal Cream Stout will help support Maxwell Wildlife Refuge. WBC Pizza and Beer made here. We are coming off of a big shocker win last night. We've got your hotline if you want to react to that or anything we're talking about at 869-1240. You can comment to us on Facebook, YouTube, on X. You can, of course, continue to watch, and we appreciate it, on 12 News Connected on the live stream there, as well as listening to us on the Odyssey app, wherever in time you might be doing that. The show gets podcasted out there, easy to listen to through the Odyssey app. All right, TJ, where are we on Hawk Talk last night? Bill Self spoke. I've seen some of the quotes. I think you've consumed more of it than I have. So what was the underlying, and we expect Bill Self to talk today, maybe a little in detail in more of a press conference setting, but what did we learn last night?
Yeah, basically, Shreyas, the KU Insider that we have on the show here, and made the biggest bullet points. I listened, in passing as I was driving around and everything, but I didn't listen to the entire interview or anything. But I think that the most notable stuff that was said was, he said he feels good. This is a funny quote. He said it's probably the latest he's ever stayed up to watch a basketball game. So that's pretty
he made
good. Yeah. But he said, as for what sent him to the hospital right before the team was taking off to go get on the plane, basically, he said he started feeling some very abnormal chest issues. And he was thinking, based on what he had before, that this can't be good. And so he said he went down, got looked at. They're getting ready to go on the plane. So I asked the hospital staff, can I go? They said, no, you can't go, because I was experiencing stuff. He said the biggest reason I think that, that he took away from this is that it was the game at altitude. And maybe if it wasn't that he could have done it. Also, obviously the travel implications that we talked about is that the team was literally leaving that day. Like, he wasn't on the plane. So if he could have flown out there himself or whatever and maybe made it happen. But I think that the biggest reason why they didn't try that is because it was at altitude, and, flying with, stuff that's abnormal, or even coaching and being in a stressful environment at a high altitude level is something else of it as well. But, what I kind of took away from it is that if the game was in Lawrence on Tuesday night, that he probably would have coached the game. And like all signs kind of point to him going on Saturday in Manhattan.
So, I mean, all of that, and again, we'll get more of it hopefully today. All of that probably tells us it really was a scare, right? It was a scare based on history, but maybe nothing was actually there, and it was just precautionary, which is great. It just, when you've got heart issues the last 2 or 3 years and you hear these things, like, I get it. Like, you got to be overly careful. There's no reason not to be. And I'm glad that that's the case. And I'm glad there wasn't the necessity for some procedure. It doesn't sound like.
Yeah, basically, he said he basically got checked out thoroughly. And again, this is, Shreyas Lotta's story up on, Wichita Eagle, KC Star, if you want to go find it. And he's just paraphrasing what was said on Hawk Talk last night with Brian Haney and Bill Self. But the biggest thing is Bill Self said he was kind of relieved to know what it was. And so that's kind of the point that we brought up, is that, like, there's a reason that you go do this kind of thing. And, it can be a scare, and it can be something to just say, this is what this was. Like, he was basically just dehydrated is what it was. And so that's why the IVs were put in. And, he talked about his AFib. He's got AFib. And that was kind of, flare up, so to speak. I don't know the best way to put that in medical terms, but it was a scare, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if he's back, he's back, and we're good.
He's all around.
Man, the whole thing is just tough. You just like it. Just we think of these people like they're gonna be around forever, and you got to just be careful. I'm glad they're careful. Even overly careful the rest of the way. And Jacques Vaughn did a fine job, and KU did a fine job without him. And now they get the Sunflower Showdown, and he'll be heckled appropriately there in Manhattan for whichever fans. I don't think they're going to get. That's the other thing about this weather and what's coming in. I don't think it'll impact the local fans too much. It's just how many people are able to travel there to attend the game. The student section's going to be rocking. And what else are they going to do? They're snowed into their dorm room, walk down to the arena.
I agree. Like, it's just interesting. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's gotten to the point now. I saw last night, I don't know who it was, but some KU fan on Twitter was basically just like, when are they going to go? Like, are they going to go on Thursday night to get to Manhattan? Like, it's going to be snowing all day.
Thursday night? It doesn't start snowing until like,
it's going to snow all Friday.
No,
they're going to drive in the snow on Friday.
Doesn't start till the afternoon, at least as of yesterday. Have you checked this morning? I don't think the timing has. I think we're looking at, and that's the thing. They're a little further west than us, but I think it'd be,
they're not in the bullseye like Wichita is either.
Right.
That's what inside baseball is. We've been trying to figure out ways to get Wichitans up to the Sunflower Showdown. And we're like, man, you can drive through 12 inches for an hour.
Yeah.
So
for us, it's kind of an easy, we got to go through the risk. Yeah. After 3:00 is the expectation for us. Now, I don't know if that means, Manhattan. It'll obviously start further west because it's coming west to east, but for the metro here, it's after 3:00 on Friday is when we expect the snow to start. And then it just snows all until Sunday, basically. So they won't have a problem if they need to get there early Friday. But what's the drive from Lawrence to Manhattan?
It's about an hour-ish, hour and a half.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be fine. They'll just get to the hotel early. Maybe they practice it. Maybe K-State opens the gym up for them to practice. Or maybe they don't even need it because it's Friday and they'll be fine. They'll get there. That's not the challenge will be if you're driving from here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say this is going to be, and the ticket situation is, I can't imagine working in athletics this weekend. This is going to be the least attended Sunflower Showdown in decades. It's crazy.
I don't know, man.
You think they're going to sell? I mean, it's sold out every single time. It's not going to be sold out is what I'm saying.
I think when we're looking at this game on television Saturday night, we're not going to see many empty seats, if any. I think people will find a way to go. If this was Saturday morning at 11 a.m., maybe. But, up there, what are they dealing with up there? 3 to 6 inches of snow? I think people are going to be just fine up there. It's everybody down here that you worry about. And everybody down here, can you alter your plans? Because if you can just get up there early, you'll be fine, right? If you can just leave here around lunchtime on Friday and just spend a little time up there, you'll be fine. As of now, we'll get those latest numbers in throughout the day today, but it's going to be a mess. I'm more worried about what's happening down here.
I'm wondering, and I understand that the Wichita State game is going to be I don't know what's going to happen.
That's a problem.
Memphis is going to get stuck. When do they fly in? They're going to have to fly in tonight or Friday morning.
Friday morning, I think they'd be okay. What's that? But you've made that drive, right? No, that was right before your time.
Brandon made that drive.
Yeah, 8 hours, 8.5, 9, something like that. You could
fly.
Bus it. You could bus it if you had to.
I don't know how they get out there. They're gonna have to be here all day.
Yeah, that would be the
Sunday.
problem is getting home. You wouldn't want to bus it because you get snowed in. Yeah, that's true. They may stick around a while. I don't know, but what are you going to do at the game? When are you going to play it?
I know, and that's a televised game too. It's on ESPN too.
Again, it's going to be really light, fluffy snow. So maybe it's easy to get out on the airport because they can just push it to the side real easy. I do think. Look, I think this snow is obviously going to be on the ground for a while. I'm optimistic that they can plow roads pretty easily in this stuff. It's going to be sub-zero. It'll be too cold for this to make ice, except for what gets melted under tires and refrozen. They'll be able to plow this pretty dang quick. I hope. I'm trying to be an optimist because I hate this stuff. It's so annoying. And this isn't even going to give us any good moisture. It's too cold. This is just annoying snow. That's it. At least we're not in the ice. Because down south of us, it is going to be bad. It's going to be real bad if they get the ice. This is basically, to me, I just keep thinking of what happened to us last year and the amount of damage and just, that was a brutal storm.
When
we
was
forget
that
these
one?
things.
Well, that wasn't was that in the new year last year? Or was that in
we
November?
Had ice and snow on the ground for a month or more. Maybe it was even 6 weeks. And it was destructive ice. That's what they're dealing with to the south of us. That 2 inches of ice, it makes everything real heavy and it just starts breaking. Yeah. At least we don't have that, I guess. Glass half full. Stay weather aware, everybody. When we come back, let's talk about this 49ers story. This is wild stuff if you haven't seen it. And now the team is even paying attention to it. We'll talk about it next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. We are glad to be here with you. You want to stock up on some HTO, go get some gallons ahead of the snowstorm. While you're there, you can get a free tea on us here at Sports Daily. Just text the keyword tea to the short code 20357. That'll get you a free iced tea on us. More than 25 flavors to choose from. These will be good at either East Wichita, West Wichita, or Derby. You can enter once per day. Message and data rates apply. Good luck, everybody. Are you a go to the grocery store before the storm and stock up? Or are you a, I'll figure it out once we get there kind of
I've got a pickup order getting done as soon as the show gets over.
Yeah.
Gotta go get the milk, bread, and eggs so you can make French toast
is
with
that,
the rest
by
of the
the way?
country.
Milk,
I don't know.
But what, a guy like you.
I'm just kidding. We don't actually do that, but it cracks me up because it's just like we gotta go get milk, bread. It's like we haven't eaten eggs in 2 years. Like, why are we buying eggs? Like,
we eat a lot of eggs. You get kids, and it makes more sense, right? Bread for sandwiches, milk for that's what they drink, and eggs because eggs are you just eat eggs as often as you can. I kind of get it, but like, what do you like? Do you think the grocery store is just going to not open for a week? Like, why do you need to stock up on?
Snowed in, can't get out.
For how long though?
That's what you got to buy the eggs for. Play the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
What if you can't open your front door for a week?
What if my 11-year-old daughter loves this game? What if the sun falls out of the sky? What if? I don't know. I guess I'm more of a deal with it as it comes. I'm not much of a...
If the sun falls out of the sky, are you going to have the bread and the milk to survive?
That's exactly right.
That's the game we're all playing here.
The toilet paper crisis was a little more.
Oh my gosh,
that was a little more tangible because then it's like, like if I don't have bread for a few days, like that'll be all right. I can't if I go without toilet paper for one day, we're gonna have a real problem. Like, what are we gonna do here? That one makes more sense to me. Like you'd be in real trouble. If there was a water shortage like that one makes more sense. But you'll be okay if you had to go a full week without a loaf of bread. I think you could do it. I think you could do it.
I'll let you in on an inside secret here, Jacob. I don't think that I bought a loaf of bread in 3 years.
Not a sandwich guy?
Nope. If I do, I'll throw it on like a bagel or something. If I ever have like deli meat and just make like a bagel sandwich.
I hope Big Bread's not listening to the show right now.
Suck it, Wonder.
We do go through some bread. But that's because I eat sandwiches just out of
honestly, all three of those necessities, bread, milk, and eggs, we don't really consume in the
That's what I'm laughing at, right? Like unless you have
not
kids,
a single
you
one
probably don't have a need for any of that stuff.
I think the only thing that our milk does will go into our coffee sometimes, and that's about it.
Now we rip through some milk. We go through some milk. I have a bowl of Cheerios every morning. The kids have 2 glasses of milk a day. Like we go through some milk. Eggs, we go through some eggs. Favorite snack, hard-boiled eggs. Like just hard-boil like a dozen eggs on a Sunday, leave them in the fridge, and then everybody can have a hard-boiled egg. So we do actually consume all of those necessities. But again, I don't think we're going to run out. And just go to the store, After it stops snowing and the road's cleared, just go to the store and get a little more of it.
The TJ spending all of his days at Home Depot now saga continued yesterday. Had to go buy a snow shovel because I didn't own a snow shovel. So I've never had a driveway.
Snow shoveling sucks, by the way.
There
is not a more exhausting activity like
that does
housework activity that will absolutely drain you, like shoveling snow. I don't know what it is, but like you do that and you're just like, you're gassed, man. Like it doesn't even help that much for the time being either. Because you do it and there's just still a sheet of ice on the ground. Yeah. Like sometimes it's worse to shovel the snow because we had that problem last year with that storm last year. We shoveled the snow and then it was like a skating rink and it was so thick. I was taking advice from great listeners on the show. Like, what do I do? Do I just take a sledgehammer out there and break it up? And I was like, no, I'm getting a blowtorch. Like, we're going to torch the ice. And then people are like, yeah, don't do that. That'll crack your concrete. And I'm like, what do I do? It was, this one won't be that bad. We're optimistic. Stay tuned to Storm Team 12. You'll hear those updates from Storm Team 12 on KFH and all the Odyssey stations all day long. All right. You've seen this 49ers story because you're the one who told me about this. And so the gist of it is the 49ers had an unbelievable amount of injuries this year, and it's kind of been a trend for a few years. So there's this online, we'll call it a conspiracy theory, that there's a substation near the training facility that has been causing, since 2014 when they opened Levi's Stadium, that has been causing the players to be more likely to get like ligament injuries, I guess. And we have seen it. Look, this year, Nick Bosa tore his ACL. Fred Warner had an ankle injury. Brock Purdy in his turf toe. We saw George Kittle get
Achilles
this year. Like, they've had a bunch of them. And the theory is that this substation puts off, what is it called? EMF?
Yeah, electromagnetic
force.
Yeah.
That is causing the players to be more brittle. And apparently the 49ers are now looking into it.
That question, I don't know if you listened. Did you listen to the press conference, Mike, about this?
No.
Some reporter asked it, and like he couldn't even get through the question because he's just like, John Dorsey, like, I gotta ask this question. John Lynch, I gotta ask this question. I don't know what have you seen it? Have you seen the thing? Like, do you know what and he's like, I mean, it feels crazy, right? But like, do you pay any attention to that? It seems crazy, right? And he basically just like, I mean, it's crazy, but people think it's a thing, and our players are kind of worried about it. So, like, if it's going to affect our players, yeah, we're going to look into it. He's like, I want to get a study done of what actually happens outside of some guy on TikTok sticking a meter underneath the fence and saying, look at this number. What does that number mean? I don't know.
Nobody does. But
would that be the craziest story
I'd look into it if I was the 49ers too. I am surprised that
people are being so off the deep end about this thing too, because like people online are like 100% like this is rooting the 49ers. And like now it's to the point where he's like, we're going to look into it and do a study. And I don't know if the 49er fans or not, but they're like, no, it's too late. Build a new stadium. It's like, you think they're going to just build a new stadium?
Well, here's what I'm surprised they even acknowledged it and didn't just like, because what if it's true? Yeah. And you're one of these players. You don't think somebody's going to like sue the organization or this power company or whatever? And by the way, what is like, if this is true, where are all of these EMF producing things? Like sometimes these power stations are in neighborhoods. Like, what are we doing here?
Man, that'd be a real butterfly effect of George Kittle tears his ACL, so suburban housing gets uprooted because of.
What can we move the power station? I mean, we're all a little leery with the power lines hanging over our heads, right? Like that can't be good. I don't know.
God, let's turn into one of those podcasts this morning.
Get a little Rogan-y.
The birds, they're listening.
Yeah. Yeah, you get my tinfoil hat. Look, that stuff may all be.
Have you ever? While we're on the, have you ever heard the birds? The birds work for the bourgeoisie. That whole rant.
No,
it's incredible. Somebody, I don't know where it's from. It's like a decade old at least now. But like somebody went on this big. I don't know if it's on YouTube or something. But it's like the birds work for the bourgeoisie. You know why the birds are always sitting on the power lines? Recharging.
All right.
It's hilarious.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theory denier. Like I'm always interested in a good story. But there is very much a part of me where on a lot of this stuff, it's like some ignorance is bliss in a lot of ways. Like, would you rather know everything and be constantly worrying about it? Or would you rather just kind of roll with it? I wonder about that sometimes. Like, is it better to be ignorant? Like, is it better to just kind of roll? I think it might be.
As us or as the players?
No, just as a person.
As a person, like, yes. I'm with you.
Is it worth knowing? Like, if we were in the Matrix right now, here's a better way to put it. If you were in the Matrix, Would you really want to know that you're in the Matrix?
I agree. I'm with you.
I've seen that movie. Life outside the Matrix kind of sucks.
Man, and this is pretty, this is ironic coming from two guys that work in news, but I'm very much in the camp of do whatever you need to do in your life to just be happy and put your head on the pillow at night. And that's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, look, I don't want now when people are involved and we're being taken advantage of, that I'll have a problem with. And maybe that's the news side coming through. Like if some politician's ripping you off or some city manager, I don't want to be ignorant to that. Like that pisses me off. But the higher levels, like society as a whole, are we, what are you going to do about it? It's kind of like, would you rather be the first zombie or the last zombie? I've always said I'd much rather be the first zombie.
Just get it over with.
Well, yeah. Why would you want to live fighting zombies? Why would you want to worry? You just be the first zombie.
True.
You don't have to worry about it.
That's a hell of a rabbit. What's the end game there? What if you fight off the zombies? The world's gone.
Is that a life you want to live? Right. Yeah. Do you want to live the life of fighting off zombies? And then, okay, you win. Yay. Then what is that movie where Will Smith and his dog?
What is that? I am something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. But is that what you want? Is that fun for anybody? Do you know you're a zombie when you're a zombie? Because if you don't know you're a zombie, now if you knew you were a zombie and you couldn't control, that would kind of suck. But what if you just didn't know you were a zombie? You have no idea. It's like taking a nap. You're just a zombie. I think I'd rather be the first zombie.
I Am Legend, 2007.
I Am Legend. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
I can see that dog.
Movie. He has a dog, right? It's him and his dog.
Yeah. It's like a shepherd.
Good play. But I was surprised to see the 49ers acknowledge this conspiracy theory because there's probably some liability for somebody involved if something like this ended up being true. Injuries suck in the football. 49ers have had a lot of them this year. There's no question about it. In other NFL headlines, did you see this? Did you see this poor Keon Coleman catching strays all day yesterday?
That's
stuff
wild.
Buffalo.
Have you ever heard an organization talk about a player like that's on the roster, the active roster?
No. It's like yesterday. Basically, there was a blame game happening as they're trying to justify firing Sean McDermott and back up the general manager. That is Jim didn't really want to take Keon Coleman. He didn't think he was that good. And they just go through this story, and it's like, dude, this guy's still on the team. What are we doing here? What? Poor Coleman's just sitting there whoa. Hey, come on now. How did I get caught up in this? It's not my fault McDermott got fired. It was a strange thing. I always feel like if you have to justify the firing, did you make the right decision? I guess that's a part of the gig.
Yeah. You're going to have to justify anything that you do, though.
I just still can't believe they fired McDermott. I really can't. I guess I just wonder, can somebody come in there and make up the difference that's held them back? The reason, here's the reality. The reason that they don't have a Super Bowl isn't because of Sean McDermott. It's because of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
The reason that Jim Kelly doesn't have a Super Bowl is because of the Dallas Cowboys, one of the great rosters ever assembled, those teams. I just don't know if it's going to help to do that. Does that make the difference? Because if it wasn't for Mahomes, they'd have a Super Bowl, at least one. Mahomes has gotten them in the play. They were up against one of those kinds of teams. The reason Peyton Manning doesn't have more Super Bowls because he played the same time as Tom Brady. The reason a lot of Hall of Fame quarterbacks don't have Super Bowls is they played the same time as Tom Brady. Sometimes timing is everything. Sam Darnold, Jarrett Stidham, Drake May is a second-year player about to have a Super Bowl. Sometimes timing is everything. This has been very much a timing year.
I want to ask you this question, which is very stupid and off the rails. People talk so much about the legacy and everything like that of rings and everything like that. What if Bo Nix goes down and he's a hell of a football player? And we're talking about Bo Nix's legacy. If the Broncos win the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham, does that count as Bo Nix got a ring?
we've seen this story before.
I know.
Does Carson Wentz have a ring, or is it Nick Foles?
I don't know.
Like, we've seen this happen.
What do you think? That's what I'm asking you. I know.
Yeah, it would be Bo Nix's. I mean, good for Jarrett Stidham, but I mean, Nick Foles is a Super Bowl quarterback. Who do you get? Like, that was a MVP pace for Wentz that year. They both get it. I mean, it will just be a part of the story. I'm not gonna, man. The Broncos can't win the Super Bowl. I have too much invested in my fraud joke for them to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be annoying.
I feel bad a little bit of it because, like, especially on TV with the stuff that we do, like, we sit here and we're just like, it can't be the Broncos. Like, it can be anybody else except, and like,
can't be the Broncos.
People are on the Colorado border watching us.
I know. Yeah, we have a lot of Bronco fans in the area. I've had fun with it. I had with some people, in the other life. It's like somebody that works on some things for us, and he's giving me a hard time. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be there to fix that if you stop talking trash on the Broncos."
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm obligated not to do that. I'm gonna have to stick this one through. I can't make that promise. I'm committed here to this. Real quick, we can talk more about this tomorrow. Eric Bieniemy is back now officially. The news isn't that, that's what I want to talk more about tomorrow. But just in the short term, for the fun couple of minutes we have, Travis Kelce on his New Heights podcast said he can't wait to see him in the building next year. You buying into that as a tell from Kelce on his retirement plans?
I think it's a smokescreen. I think he's doing it on purpose, trying to throw everybody off his trail.
Who does he need to throw off his trail?
TMZ.
I think he's back. I've thought it.
So.
I've thought it. I haven't wanted to go aggressive with it because it just because everything's lined up for him after football and everything else. But man, he's still too good a player that loves football. And now with the Mahomes injury, he's not going to leave his boy hanging like that. I think he's back. I think he's coming back. I do. I don't know that was a tell necessarily for him to say can't wait to see him back in the building. I think that was probably more just a general he's glad to see him back with the Chiefs thing. I am here for the speculation though, because that's fun.
People are acting like Travis Kelce got on the podcast and said, I can't wait to play tight end for that offensive coordinator.
That's right. And I love that. I'm here for the speculation because I do think it's a fun story. And we're not to the point where it's annoying, not even close yet. The Chiefs aren't even ready to start thinking about those plans. It's fine. He'll let him know. I'll bet you we know by Valentine's Day what Kelce's doing. How about that timeline? A little less than a month from now, I bet we know. Then that's totally fine. That doesn't hurt the Chiefs at all. But Eric Bieniemy coming back. Well, let's hit that tomorrow because I think it could be substantial. It's interesting because we've all talked about freshening up the offense and doing all this stuff. Then they go and bring back Bieniemy, but I kind of think it accomplishes that a little bit.
No. It's interesting. It's interesting to see everybody and their mom thought it was going to be some outside hire with new ideas, changing up everything. And
but it's still
not changing up everything, but throwing new ideas at the wall.
Yeah.
And now we're back to the ideas that we had 4 years ago, but whenever you were the best team in football.
Yeah, it's one we'll spend some time with tomorrow. We've got a lot to talk to Tim Fitzgerald about. Dylan Edwards, the basketball team. How's it going in football? It's all next. Go PowerCat.com. We'll be right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
the canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
And we welcome you back in here on Sports Daily, and we welcome in our buddy Tim Fitzgerald, gopowercat.com, at Life of Fitz on X. Fitz, you a snow guy? You looking forward to this monstrosity coming across the great Sunflower State here?
No. Are there snow guys? I mean, really, look,
Yeah.
It's not bad to watch the snow fall. I mean, we could have power outages, people sliding into ditches, accidents, and I could get a chill. I mean, all those are serious things. And I'm not in favor of winter. I'm gonna petition the federal government to cancel it like daylight savings.
I'm on board. I'm with you. If I can't ski in it, what's
Right.
the point? Right? What is the point of it?
Fitz, how are Daphne and Dude in the snow? I got to know about that.
Fun, but you gotta keep in mind poodles don't have fur; they have hair, so you gotta put little cute jackets on them and stuff. And they don't like to be out for long times, but they do enjoy it. They do. It's always funny, like you've just plopped them down on Mars when you open the door the first time. They're like, every year it's like, what is this? What is this? And they kind of get out there, and then they just love it. But yeah, they love everything. They're easygoing.
They're dogs. Dogs are great.
Yeah.
Do they? Let me ask you this: Are they K-State fans? Do they love Dylan Edwards right now and his decision to go across the street to KU? Because I think this is such a great story. Like, I'm here for all the spite. This could be a blast to watch from afar.
It really could be. I hope the young man finds success, and I hope this is the right place. But he's done more to get in his own way than any player of, talent that I remember covering. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this has been, and really K-State fans aren't upset. They're not. They're like, okay, well, here you go, your turn, and it's going to be really interesting.
Fitz, it's been a running joke all week long. We've asked every single one of our KU or K-State guests, can you name the last person to play for both KU and K-State prior to what will be Dylan Edwards?
That's a good one. I feel like it's obvious, but I can't come up with it.
It's not obvious. It's not obvious. 1930, Bob Gump, right guard from Wichita.
Oh, Bob. Yeah, Bob.
I was doing extensive research trying to find it. You know who the person that had the story was? Neil Jones.
Neil Jones has been covering K-State and KU since 1930.
It wouldn't shock you, would it? Yeah.
Bob Gump, great run blocker, if I recall.
Yeah. He had a lot of speed in his family too.
Yeah, that's right. The distance running. All right, Fitz. So let's just stay with football, and then we'll get to some of the basketball stuff. So Dylan Edwards has gone. That's been the fun story. I still want to though focus in on, like, last year he was such a big part of the expectation as like firepower for this offense. So we go into this year, no Jace Brown, no Dylan Edwards. We know all those things. And I've asked you this before, but as we continue to plod our way through the portal and all of these things, is Avery Johnson going to have enough on the offense to unlock his immense potential that we all know is there?
It's a valid question because we thought he did last year, and then one injury, and he didn't. So, I suspect that these coaches want one more receiver, one more guy who can be a difference maker. They added speed. They're kind of trying to cover up, compensate for Jace with, the committee effort because he brought a lot to the table. But the transfer portal is just a wild thing. You can give grades, you can give expectations, but you just don't know until it all comes together. And I think if any head coach is, cognizant of needing to give his quarterback weapons, it'll be this one. Colin Klein isn't going to mess around with that, and he's got to have the guys to run the offense he wants. And I'm sure he and Avery are discussing the use of weapons and who they are and how they can help him.
Fitz, I'm going to ask you this question. We talked about this earlier on the show. Indiana won the national championship, and now the turnaround conversation has begun. I know you've weighed in a little bit. What do you think about Bill Snyder versus Curt Cignetti?
It's totally different eras, and I don't know if either coach could have done it in the other era. I mean, Coach Snyder's build because of the rules of the time.
How do you think Coach Snyder would have handled the transfer portal?
It's a good question. It's a good layer to this. I originally thought he would hate NIL and transfer portal. I have not changed my mind on NIL. But I think the thing that Curt Cignetti did that is not being recognized, he didn't just use the transfer portal. He evaluated the players in the transfer portal at an elite level. Mm-hmm. He saw, the same kind of things Bill Snyder saw in so many players that came to Kansas State as, 3-star or no-star recruits and ended up being stars. That ability to recognize, I see you now, and I can see you in a couple of years or a year or 6 months. the great ones have that ability, not just by chance, but to really zero in on physical traits, athletic traits, and see what the whole picture can be. And that's what Cignetti's done in a lot of cases with his use of the portal. And I think Bill Snyder would have been the same way. I think Bill Snyder would have loved watching all those players and saying, that's the guy. I think he would have really loved it. And we also know this, you can put 10,000 players in the portal. Bill Snyder will watch film on all of them. That's just who he is.
So we're seeing some interesting things happening across the country. Speaking of the portal, we're seeing Duke push back. We've seen Washington push back on a player decision. Schools are starting to, whether they're fed up, we know they're all fed up, or they think they've found something here. There is beginning to be a little bit of pushback to the wild nature of this. But I don't know exactly what it means, right? Like we've got that happening in basketball. We've got eligibility things happening. And now the NCAA maybe keeping eligibility out of the NCAA tournament as a deterrent. Like there is a lot of change the last 2 weeks. Any of this going to stick? Any of this give any hope to the end of the craziness?
Not really. I mean, I do think the contract issue is important. It gives players some security that they're going to have a deal for 2 years. And just because you had a big season doesn't mean you can say, oh, forget it. I don't need that. Contract runs both ways. And I think that's a valuable lesson. And any contract offers you security and longevity. It doesn't necessarily reward you at the highest peak, which you should probably get if you really excel. But it covers you up if something happens. So if you're going to sign it, you got to be obligated by it.
Yeah, I'll switch us over to basketball. I'm not sure if you're catching this story making the rounds. TMZ has a headline about Jerome Tang jumping in the student section. That's how long it's been since we've seen a Wildcat win in Bramlage Coliseum. That it's a headline on TMZ.
Boy, they got some scoop there.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? It has been a while. Good for them. If we have a game Saturday, that it'll be very interesting. But I think that was just a relief for everyone connected to K-State basketball, and to do it even further shorthanded was a good sign that the team is still fighting.
Are they? Is that enough? They snuck by Utah at home. I'm glad they got it. I mean, I'm glad they got it, but that's the only one on paper that you look at and you're like, yep, that should be a win.
I think to your shorthanded point, Fitz, now Abdi Bashir's out for a month, it sounds like. That was a big piece. And so that's kind of to Jacob's point of, what do you take away from that? That's the team you're going to see for a while, it seems like.
I'm not focused. I'm not saying they're going to start beating people. I'm just saying it was a huge relief and they found a way to get it done. And boy, it wasn't, they got in their own way a number of times. Abdi's absence is definitely going to hurt offensively, no doubt about it. But it also gives this team an ability to improve defensively that they haven't found. And at the end of the day, they have enough offense here on this team, with or without Abdi. They have enough offense. They just got to learn to defend. They don't have a clue how to defend an opposing offense.
With the resource, that's I think the craziest part of all of it is we've seen them really struggle the last 3 years, but it's not because of a lack of resource and energy to the program, which I think is happening to some teams in some places.
Right.
I would be really interested to see like payroll, basically. Like K-State feels like they're right there. They got to be right there near the top of the league in resources allocated to men's basketball.
I think you're probably right. And it's been an interesting study in how fans respond to that, because they know that they're spending money on basketball. They know they're bringing in talent. And when you see the results, I think there's an added level of hostility that you're doing everything right except the actual act of putting together a team, which is the general function of a coach. And I think it's causing more and more hostility now. because they know they have the resources. And I think a lot of fans are savvy enough to understand that sometimes you just don't have the dudes. And but they feel like if Kansas State basketball doesn't have the dudes, it's because they selected poorly, not because they couldn't get them.
Yeah. It's fair. Saturday night, snowy one. Who knows what's going to happen with this storm? That was a big conversation earlier in the show if things need to change around because of the snow that we've got coming in. But anyways, they will play KU at some point. I imagine it'll still be Saturday at 7. Jerome Tang has never lost to Bill Self in Bramlage Coliseum.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna keep going. It's interesting. Kansas has just started to find itself and play really pretty good basketball. Right when Kansas State has this added injury and are going to go into a period of kind of reinvention and rediscovery of who they are. So I think KU probably wins this and probably wins this easily, but it's KU K-State. That's the beauty of it. You can think all you want. It's going to do what it does.
We were talking. I think packed house fits. I think they'll find a way to fill it up. You think there's going to be? You think the weather's going to be a deterrent?
Yeah, I do. And how much of a deterrent, I'm not sure. I'll be really blunt here. I think a lot of K-State fans will flat out make the decision that if they're traveling any distance, that this team isn't worth risking life and limb. No team really is, but you know how fans are. And I think we'll see, if the snow is heavy, I think we'll see a lot of open space in that Coliseum. I just do.
What do you guys have for us at GoPowerCat.com to get us ready for the game, Fitz?
Yeah, just continue to monitor this. We've got podcasts dropping left and right. In fact, we're going to record another one here this afternoon, and we're just having fun covering K-State, although this is a nice little lull as we head into this major event called the New Ice Age that is going to hit Kansas.
Whatever. All right,
yeah,
Fitz.
We're all going to die. Love you.
Stay
Bye.
warm. Go stock up on milk, bread, and eggs. Make sure you have plenty.
I'll stock up on poodles. I got them.
We'll see you next week, Fitz.
Thanks,
there goes
boys.
Tim Fitzgerald. We're coming right back. More Sports Daily. Don't go away.